the brothers and sisters and the families, because it was a large church. It was a big church. And all the prayer requests would come to me. And I would get brothers and sisters saying, pray for my brother, pray for my sister. They're dying. Well, I had a sister tell me one of her brothers had actually had his leg amputated because of diabetes. And it got so bad that he was about to die. He had poisoning in his blood, and he was about to die. And a few folks was panicked. This church was sick. It was a sick church. I had a lot of folks that were ill, but the Lord had those people in there because He was going to get them delivered. A lot of those miracles came to pass because we prayed in faith. And I remember getting those emails and MySpace messages back when we had MySpace before Facebook. I would get messages saying, please, Pastor, pray for my husband, pray for my brother. They're very ill. And sometimes, people would lose hope. And those letters and phone calls would keep coming in, and it actually was becoming difficult for me to pray in faith. Because the word that the doctor and the hospital and everybody else, their word and their report was coming back that they had to die. And I'm trying to pray in faith, being a young preacher. Lord, I think I was 19. A young preacher pastoring a flock of 70. And I consulted God in prayer, and I'm telling the Lord, Lord, I need more people to pray. I don't know what to do. These people are going to be called home to you. And the doctor is telling them, Lord, the doctor is telling them they're going to die. And I felt a moving in my spirit. And I felt and I heard the Lord, not audibly, but I felt the Lord say, that's what they said about leprosy. That's what they say about HIV. That's what they say about many illnesses that cannot be cured. But let me tell you something. Leprosy is no different than any other affliction that you can have. Let me tell you something. My mama, she was very sick. She had ovarian cancer. She went into the hospital. She went and had her surgery. That evening, she got a blood clot. They called us immediately. This was back in 2005. They called us immediately to the hospital. There I go with my dad, and I'm just running over there. And they told us, please go. The doctor's in his little office over there. We'd like you to sit down. And the doctor came in. It was so bad, in fact, that her primary came to speak with us. And they told my father, they said, Pastor, because he knew I was a pastor, and he looked at my father and he said, Brother Alderete, Miss Margie, she's not going to last the night. She ain't going to last. Get yourself and your family together. Get your funeral plans ready, because she has but a few hours. A few hours, not much, a few hours. And I looked at that doctor, and I guess being young and having that faith that, I really did believe my God can do so many things. I was still very young. I had little young faith. I had faith of a little child, because I looked at that doctor without hesitation. I said, I believe in God. I believe in miracles. And I know that my God is able to do a miracle in my mama's body. The doctor then looked at me and he said, well, that's about the only thing she's going to have. She's going to have a miracle. And within that hour, I remembered and I called out, and I believed that we served a God that could hear our cry. I don't care what the doctor tells you. I don't care what the enemy tries to put on your body. We serve a God who is able to hear our cry. Amen. Let me tell you something. That night, I went and travailed and I prayed. And I believed that my God was going to do a miracle in my mama's body. That little woman woke up the next morning and she was fine. Nothing wrong with her. The Lord worked a miracle in her body. We believe that I believed and I know that our God is alive. Jesus is alive. And there is nothing